comes in on that flight. Well, Attorney General Eric Holder says bin Laden's death will not affect the investigation into enhanced interrogation techniques used by the CIA during the Bush administration. Those same techniques are being credited by some for helping find Osama bin Laden. Now, 34 GOP senators have written a letter to President Obama asking him to put an end to the investigation. Joining us now is one of those senators, Senator David Vitter. Sir, thank you for your time today.
Thank you, Shannon.
All right, so you are asking the president to put a stop to this. I know that it is an investigation that former Vice President Dick Cheney says was carried out under the Bush administration. These folks were cleared, but the Attorney General obviously thinks there is something to this, and he wants to proceed.
Shannon, this investigation and possible prosecution is outrageous. President Obama has thanked the intelligence community for all of their work that led to the death of Osama bin Laden, and yet at the same time, he's investigating and threatened to prosecute a bunch of them. That is really outrageous, and it's tremendously damaging to the morale of the intelligence community. He needs to show leadership and put a stop to this outrage right now.
How do you respond to the fact that your Republican colleague, Senator John McCain out of Arizona, says in his estimation from what he's learned about this case that it wasn't waterboarding or enhanced techniques that led to the information that ultimately led to us, to bin Laden and to his death, and that our country should behave differently, and that we do need to look into allegations that we may have crossed the line in some of these interrogations?
Well, Shannon, I think it's two different issues. First of all, in terms of what led to this information, John McCain can have his opinion, but he wasn't involved in the interrogation and the process. And Leon Panetta, current CIA director, Michael Hayden, former CIA director, Admiral Michael McConnell, former head of the Intelligence Oversight Agency, all have said it was a positive factor. I honestly think they're in a better position to know and make that judgment than John McCain. Secondly, it's one thing to have a debate about whether those techniques should ever continue. It's another thing to have an investigation and a possible prosecution against people who are following policy that they were absolutely told was legal. And the latter is clearly outrageous and needs to be stopped. It's really damaging current CIA morale.
Quickly, Senator, do you expect to get a response from the president or from the administration about your letter?
We certainly expect one. It's a straightforward request and a letter about a very important issue. Again, I would just ask the president to be true to his word. If he's going to congratulate everyone who is involved in this great victory which he helped lead, he needs to show that not just in words but in actions and drop this real persecution.
Well, Senator, we are continuing to follow this case, and if you get a response, we'd love to have you back to talk about it some more. Thank you for your time.
Absolutely, Shannon. Thank you.
Well, Homeland Security Secretary